Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So this video is also part 2 from the stage changes, because there's a lot of stage changes, so actually I had to make this on parts to not make super big video. So for who saw part 1 or who didn't see part 1, you can change this from here. It was for Bloodmaster, Kung Fu Master and Assassin, and for today we will talk about other characters. So let's begin to talk about as much as I can for today. I expect I will talk just about 3. So let's do it about the time. So to not waste any time, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you didn't. Let's begin this. Okay, so I will begin with Force Master today. Force Master for sure had so much changes on the last patches, so maybe you will not see that much for this one. So actually how it goes like this: for fire, the amulet and unity stone still point changes from meteor shower to blazing wall. So the one was giving you meteor shower now should give you blazing wall. Away from I have actually some others for was dragon blazing, so whatever. So I can show you this part. Okay, for lightning, that's the most of the changes happened for lightning, because lightning went down compared to fire and ice for a long time. So actually some changes for PvP, so let's ignore this one and begin from here. Buharan and BM and the true Buharan soul shield have some boost here, so from 90% on true Buharan to 130%. that's for zap and awaken zap for sure. Also lightning and the palm and awaken lightning palm as well. All of this has increased by this much, and the 4 Buharan and the BM is actually increased by this much. So 35 here for this, and actually 40% for this. 40% will be on piece 3 and piece 8. Always remember this all the video, so I don't have to say this again. Okay, lightning strike, ultra short, thunder spear, all of this increased by all of this much. So actually from 135% to 280%, so that's for sure a lot of numbers. Here it's actually double the number for Buharan soul shield. So let me show you this first. So here on lightning, as you can see, that's the true Buharan. So piece number 3 as what I have for sure. First sense is the zap and awaken zap, and all of this increased by 130, and for normal Buharan just reaching the 100%. so the difference between both of them is actually 30%, and that's a lot for sure. Especially this 30% will be 60% after this. Okay, for the ultra short will be the last one on this set 3. Okay, so this is increased by 280%, and for sure this will be double also. And for normal Buharan it's just 220, so there is a 60% increase here, and the double will be 120%. So for sure that's a bit buff for lightning. Still, until I can test the 3 of them, so we can see how the lightning will perform against the other 2 for sure. Okay, for some other points, for fire and ice, breaker removed from magnetism for sure. Still that doing the phantom grip, so there is no breaker on this at the moment. Fire was having some just fixed that dragon blaze CD timer was had crashed before. Here for some ice, some PvP actually nerf as always. We always see PvP nerf on this patch. Lightning is the same until we reach here. Ice also fits aerial phantom drip being unavailable. That was something you use normally on PvP as well, so it's now unavailable, or now you can see it. Okay, second character we have, and actually this character normally was having solo DPS, but actually at the moment now it has so good DPS, and that's Soul Fighter. So Soul Fighter had so much changes, especially on this patch. Most of them, or maybe all of them, ruined for the Buharan soul shield as well, because that's the most important thing at the moment from BM and Buharan and true Buharan as always. So first thing, Earth have some debuffs, or sorry, as always debuffs on some PvP, and here for this one for PvP also. So beginning from BM Buharan true Buharan soul shield, it went from 75% to 125% for sure. Dragon Fury is the most important still on the Earth one, so for sure this one will do heavy damage. Okay, and for normal Buharan and the BM, it have 65% and going to 100%, so there is a 35% double for 2 to go to for 70 on the full pieces for sure. Also Breaking Claw, Howling Blast, Iron Shoulder, these skills are super important, especially Iron Shoulder when you are tanking for Earth, and this one increased by like 40%, or sorry 45% for True Poharan, and that's too much. And here also look like it's about 41% or 40%, just 40% on BM and Poharan. So for sure the difference between them about 10% between the True and the normal one. Also 10 strike beam torrent also increased by double on True Poharan, and for here increased by 85. Here the double is 125 for sure. So for sure, so big burst or so big power on the earth at the moment. And I will tell you after we finish talking about this how a friend of mine feeling now for the Soul Fighter and how it should be playable at the moment. Okay, for ice also some PvP nerf as always, and for PM True Poharan and Poharan for sure Soul Shield is always that changes. Iron Shoulder, Dragon Fury awaiting increased by from 65 to 80, that's 15% True Poharan, and also here increased by the same 50% for BM and Poharan, and the difference between them is just 10%. Look like it's doing enough damage. Okay, Frost Storm, Ice Helix doing for double from 110 and to 220, and here also double from 100% to 200% for sure. Any different, go for double for 3 pieces and 8 pieces. Genital Blast, War Shunt, they also doing a bit increase, just 10% for True Poharan, and also here 10% for BM and Poharan. Okay, so that's the changes for ice. Ice also now is so good, at least when you are want to play to drop, so for sure it's doing enough damage, better than before by far. Okay, for earth, Breaker removed from Iron Shoulder. For earth also Breaker removed from Blazing the Twin Cobra, so now you can't use any Breaker on earth. And for ice, Breaker removed from War Shunt, that's your one. It was for sure the skill that you are grabbing with, so no Breaker on this at the moment. Okay, for some changes here for PvP for additional damage, and here added extend knockdown for 3 seconds to TD enemy on the tooltips because we couldn't see this. So let me say this and how it go for Soul Fighters at the moment. As my friend said, because he tried this well and he have for sure a good gears on his Soul Fighter, so that's how it go for him. He told me how to choose the spec or the better way to choose the spec. If you have a good party doing damage and doing the breaker, and that's the most important part, if you're doing the breaker, third spec will always be the good on between the 3 of them, because third spec doing so heavy damage on anyone, on any boss have a break on it. So if you can break the boss a lot or you can break a boss for a long time, your third spec will be the best at the moment. Okay, if you have nothing from this, especially if you are going to tank or anything like this, so earth will be the best for you, because earth doing so heavy damage now and the damage is better, especially when you are tanking, because you can take the block and actually can use some other skills when you are blocking and they are doing so heavy damage. And that's as I remember was Iron Shoulder. So with the buff for Iron Shoulder, you can do this a lot, you can do so much damage, even if you are not tanking, it's doing better damage if there is no breaker or you have a party don't do a good break on your party special. And as earth and ice have no break at the moment, so for sure the only breaker will be for your third spec. So if also you need to do a good breaker with your party to help, play third spec. Okay, for ice, for sure for these guys who wanted to grab, I need a grab on my party, or you need to grab for your party, so for sure you will play ice. Ice now doing better damage by far than what it had before. It's not light earth or light third spec for sure still, and I will give it a test sooner or later, but anyway until I get all of the soul shields so I can try. So the difference should be lower on ice, so earth and for sure third spec will be better on DPS. Ice will be good when you want to grab. That's how you should play Soul Fighter at these days. Okay, next starter we have is Astromancer. So Astromancer didn't have that big changes actually. It actually made some different to DPS, but maybe not that big one. I'm not sure if it will make a big difference or not. So actually polarity for sure is a tab that you give it or to use it. The review missed it, and your normal buff for sure or your real buff actually damage increased. It have a damage for sure, maybe some didn't feel this before, but this damage is actually increased. So for a star going from 45 going to 345, and for storm going from 45 to 555 over 3 hits, and the hits up to 5 hits. Okay, so there is 5 hits and it's over 3 hits. Look like kinda bit strange. Anyway, we'll show you this later. Polarity also for PvP. This one is buff for a change, not sure why. Okay, for Storm, Dawn Bright Misted Badge, Fixed Thunderball, added damage not applied. Will look like there was a bug for the Thunderball, for Lightning for sure. Also for Storm, Falling Thunder, 1F Breaker value buffed. We will see this later. Storm, Presemble, Zenith, and Soul Badges, Fixed, Ion add damage not applied. So there is also some bugs on the Tartar, so maybe after they fix this we will begin to see something. Meteor and Awaken, Meteor nerf on PvP, also this one for PvP, nerf also here for PvP. Storm fixed flash forward, not moving forward during the BD's Guardian Tempest, so whatever. That's only the changes for Astromancer. Let's see this on game. So, polarity for sure is your tab. When you use your tab, it's now doing this much of damage. As an example, that's for sure for my Tartar and my Deers. So if you use it, you begin to do damage. This one for me, just doing something like this. So as you can see, 9 hits, 12 hits. So the skill alone doing 3 million or 34 million damage alone. As a skill, for sure this one was combined with your other skills, so things will be a bit different. And for star, let me take a look. I feel the star one a bit stronger, or maybe the critical chances. For sure this one is a bit stronger, not sure why. Actually the damage here 2 million. Okay, so the damage here is higher than the other one for the storm. Also on a storm, for I forget this one, if this one increased to 20%. I can't remember how much it was, maybe about 11%, 12%, something like this. So there is some increase, so you can use it and do something on dungeons. And with this, I prefer to finish my video for now, because if I will go for musician, actually, and that's the next one for me, it have a lot of things to say. As you can see, too much, all of this on musician, all of this, all of this, all of this until here. So all of this on musician, better to make it on another video because it's too much really. So I will take my leave for now. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.